Fiji is an island nation in Melanesia in the South Pacific Ocean with a population of approximately 849,000. It is made up of Fijians. Fiji has been in a state of political unrest since their independence from Britain in 1970. Normally the Fijian political system is one of a parliamentary representative democratic republic. There have been 4 military coups since Fiji's independence from Britain in 1970. Since 1987 the military has either had a significant influence in the politics of Fiji or have been directly ruling. Fiji was governed by military-backed regime from December 2006 to September 2014, at which point a general election restored a parliamentary civilian government. Fiji became a member of the United Nations on 13 October 1970. Fiji has acceded to some, but not the majority, of the key human rights treaties. It is a party to the Conventions Against Racism. In March 2016, Fiji ratified the. Fiji is also not a party to the Convention on Persons with Disabilities. The most current constitution of Fiji was introduced in 2013, laying the groundwork for the restoration of democracy. The 4th chapter of the 1997 Constitution of Fiji, titled the Bill of Rights, comprised a total of 23 sections and contained provisions for human rights protections. The 1997 Constitution was the supreme law of Fiji from the creation of it in 1997 until April 2009. However, it was suspended by President Josepha Iloilo in April 2009 after the Fijian Court of Appeal ruled that the military government that was in power, who took over as a result of a coup d'etat in 2006, illegal, even though the Constitution of Fiji was abrogated in 2009. The President on 10 April 2009 issued the Existing Law Decree 2009, stipulating that all existing laws in force immediately before the 10th day of April 2009 shall continue in force. Existing laws meant all written laws other than the Constitution Amendment Act 1997. This decree guaranteed the continued existence of all human rights-related local laws existing in Fiji during and including the time of the abrogation of the Constitution. The new Constitution introduced in 2013 includes a Bill of Rights, the right to a clean and healthy environment, which includes the right to have the natural world protected for the benefit of present and future generations. The Human Rights Commission Decree 2009 was passed by the military regime to establish the Commission and lays the groundwork in its work in and out of the country. Since then, the Commission have played a vital role in promoting human rights in Fiji and advocating it abroad. During the 2009 Fijian constitutional crisis, the Fiji Human Rights Commission showed support for the then President, Ratu Josepha Iloilo, stating that the President had no choice but to abrogate the 1997 Constitution after the Fiji Court of Appeal ruled that the interim government was illegal. However, the head of the Fijian Human Rights Commission, Shishta Shamim, also stated that the Commission would act as if the Bill of Rights part of the Constitution was still legally in effect. The Universal Periodic Review, which is a progress which involves a review of the human rights records of the member states of the UN by the Human Rights Council every 4 years, reviewed the human rights situation in Fiji in August 2009. Quote, Fiji remains a military dictatorship that denies its citizens the right to take part in self-government through free and fair elections, as well as the freedoms of speech, press, assembly, and religion. Since the December 5, 2006 coup d'etat, the military and police have arbitrarily arrested and detained human rights defenders, journalists and others perceived as critical of the administration. 4 people have died in military or police custody and dozens of people have been intimidated, beaten, sexually assaulted, or subjected to degrading treatment. Fiji's interim administration continues to fail to uphold the rule of law and has seriously compromised the independence of the judiciary. No UN special procedures have visited since the 2006 coup. A visit by the UN Special Rapporteur on the independence of judges and lawyers is pending. though the Fiji government has failed to advise a suitable time for this visit. The government has not responded to the request to visit of the Special Rapporteur on torture and other cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. In July 2009, the interim Prime Minister Warwick Bainimarama announced that Fiji would have a new constitution by 2013. This new constitution would derive from the People's Charter for Change, Peace and Progress as well as from extensive consultations with political parties, non-governmental organizations and ordinary citizens. The United Nations Special Rapporteur has urged the government of Fiji to strengthen its Human Rights Commission by ratifying several key international agreements including the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights,